So Tony, say I'm getting wealthier as a landlord. How do I go about maintaining control of my portfolio whilst I'm alive, but then keeping it intact, or as mostly intact as I can once I've died?
Thankfully, that's actually a simple one. And it really doesn't matter what kind of structure, hybrid, limited company, personal ownership, because we're all people. And you must have underlying fundamental planning. Number one, make sure you have an up-to-date will. 2/3 of the adult population does not. And if you've got young children, and for no other reason alone, write a will where you get to choose who's going to look after your kids if you can't. Who should they be? Who's going to give my child a loving, caring environment? You can fix the money, it's called life insurance. Right? So for no other reason alone, you should do that. It also gives you the opportunity to decide who inherits. And as long as you make adequate financial provision for those who are ordinarily financially dependent upon you, spouse, children in full-time education, say, mum who lives with you, you're free to do what you want with your money. But the only way you get that freedom is to write a will. Otherwise, it will follow spouse, kids, parents, effectively the bloodline. And that may not be exactly what you want. Within that, you'll look at how you own your own home. Should I own it as joint tenants, i.e. we each own the same 100%, one legal personality, or should we be tenants in common? We each own our defined share, 50-50 say, which allows us to protect at least half the value of the property for our children, say. It also means we can protect half of the equity from a future hostile creditor. It'd be much harder for them to sell half a house, as long as we haven't both given a guarantee, of course. And it gives you some degree of control over how much of the home would be used to pay for your long-term care costs. So you preserve half by doing that. Very importantly, you have a lasting power of attorney, at least for your property and financial affairs. A LPA is where you nominate somebody to speak and act on your behalf if you're physically or mentally incapable of doing so yourself. I'm out of the country, I need to sign something, you've broken your arm and it needs to be inked, or you are, frankly, lying in a hospital bed, alive, but unable to do things. Your spouse can't do it for you. Without one, you'll have to go to the Office of the Public Guardian, the Court of Protection, one of Britain's secret courts, are expensive, cumbersome, and empathy is not one of their strong suits. Also, they take forever and an age. At least we could appoint each other now to legally speak and act on our behalf. And that way, you can remain in control, both for your personal affairs and for your business. And then back to inheritance tax. You can, with a properly written will, with the correct use of discretionary trusts, lock in the mechanism where both our child, say, would not just get £325,000 free, but would get £650,000 tax-free, saving £130,000 in tax in case the law changes.